Hello, welcome to all my single mamas and papas out there. My name is Sheila Ann Gwayambade, a single mother of two here in Uganda. Hey, and welcome to the Soul Parent Assembly, SPA for short. This is a place, a safe place that I have created for all single parents to come and share advice, get some tips, find encouragement, but most importantly, to be reminded that no matter where you are on your single parent journey, you are not alone. So welcome, and let's dive right in, because today we are going to talk about 8 simple rules to hacking single parenting. uh, I loved that show, the 8 simple rules for dating my teenage daughter. So I figured, what have been my 8 simple rules for single parenting that have made life slightly easier on this very complex journey, and this is what I want to share with you. So please stick around to the end, and I really like the last one, so I have found it the most helpful, so stick around for that. The first thing that I want to share as my first simple rule is to have a routine for everything. I kid you not. You need a because I think, you know how they say we have like mommy brain? You need a routine so you don't have to think so much. There is already so much going on in your mind that everyday stuff, if they have a routine, that it just takes a lot more off your mind and off your plate, because you're just working in autopilot. You don't have to think about it. It is the same thing that happens every day. So a routine for eating, one for sleeping. By the way, leave it in the comment if you want more information on what my routines look like. But yes, get one for everything, for eating, for sleeping, for cooking, for disciplining. Get a routine. It will save your life. Especially when you're exhausted and you have nothing, you can't think of new and bright ideas. You don't have to. Kids thrive in routines, and they need it. It gives them stability. It helps them to regulate themselves and their emotions. So it's good for you and it's good for them. And that is my first tip. Get a routine. My second one is, you know how they tell you on a plane to put on your own oxygen mask first, even when you have children, before you put on theirs. Yes, I'm going to tell you, and I don't know if this is controversial. I know for some parents it is, because they are Mother Earth incarnate. But what I am advising you is that you put yourself first. And whatever that means, it means you eat first. I know it's hard, but you eat first. And you iron your clothes first, and you wash your clothes first, and you book your doctor's appointments first, and everything, you go first. It doesn't matter what's going on, you do your hair first. Mostly because we get into a position whereby we are so ingrained, oh, is it ingrained, where we are so overwhelmed with the needs of our children that we don't make the list. And the reason I say that you have to go first is because I have already spoken about how important it is for us to take care of ourselves. We work so hard to give our children everything that they need, and we end up neglecting the thing that they need most, which is a healthy, happy parent. I don't know about you, but I am not nice if I'm hungry. Okay, I will not be nice to my children. I will not be nice to strangers. I will not be nice to the people in my house. So I need to eat first. I need to shower first, because I have gone days, pray for me, especially when they were little, And I just honestly did not have the time to shower. I given so much of myself. It's over. The day is over, and all I want to do is crawl into my bed and die until tomorrow comes. And that's just life, especially when they're little and you breastfeeding and waking up in all hours of the night, or they have nightmares and you don't sleep, or they crawl into your bed and then you're exhausted, and then it becomes a thing. So if you go first, the best thing about going first in everything is that you will never be too tired to do for your children or the people who are counting on you. That is just not what we do. It's not our thing. So we will do whatever it takes to make sure that everyone's needs are met, but it's usually at the cost of our own needs. And I want us to break that, because if we are taking care of ourselves and our cup is full, then we're serving from a full cup, and that can only be beneficial for the people we're trying to take care of. So keep that in mind. Your oxygen mask first. The third rule, the third simple rule is get a hobby. And you don't have to leave your house to get a hobby, which is great. You can have a hobby in your own house. But you do need a hobby. You do need something that you do for yourself outside of your children, because these little people are all consuming. And especially because you're the only one there, you're the mother and the father, and you want to take over their needs and make sure that they're met and make sure that they are taken care of. So you will end up in extracurricular activities, you're doing school runs, you are attending creches and children's play things or whatever. And there is no time, and that just becomes your life, and there's nothing else. But I am hoping that for your own mental health, that you would have something else outside of your children. For me, I played guitar. I had a little keyboard that my cousins had bought for my daughter when she was little, so I was playing keyboard a little bit and playing the guitar. I sing. So those were my hobbies, and I could do those in my house. I could put the children to bed and take out my guitar and play around, and that would help me relax after a long day. So whatever your hobby, you can crochet, that you can do in your house or whatever. Find something that you enjoy doing. It doesn't, whether it's outside or inside, but something that you can do regularly that would help you to relax, that would help you to release some stress, that would help you to calm your mind, and so you can concentrate on something else other than the demands of your life, because they are many and they will not end. So get a hobby. That is my third rule. My fourth rule is join a community. No man is an island. And I already spoke about this in a previous video when we were talking about the importance of getting a village. Join a community. You are welcome to join this one. And if you haven't, subscribe. But yeah, it's important for you to join a community, because it is like, especially depending on where you are. If you think about if you think about being home with children all day, every day, without an outlet, and we're talking about adult conversation, being able to get ready, because your children don't care what you look like, so you could spend days in your pajamas. They don't care. So you need to get out, have a reason to put on a face other than the face you woke up with, and meet other people, make friends, which is actually my next point. So go join a community. It could be a church group, it could be a children's group, there are so many opportunities in the communities where you can join things that child friendly, and you can join them with your children, and then you can meet some people while you're there, and that's awesome. So yes, that way you're not doing life by yourself. It is no fun to do life by ourselves. We need a witness to our success as we kick it in the shins as single parents. The next point, which will be my point number 5, it is get some friends. I alluded to that previously. Get friends. Friends are nice. Like, you can And I say this not because I don't think you have friends. Some people don't, but if you have to realize that friends are important, okay? Especially on your single parent journey. You need your ride or die people. You need people to take you out of your current, your current situation, just for a moment, just to give you a break. Your friends come in really handy if you need to give away your children for a weekend so you can get some sleep. Friends come in really handy if you need people to come over so you can have some adult conversation. The friends come in handy if you just want to hear about someone else's life because you've had enough of your own. Friends are handy, guys. Get a friend, okay? And you can get them in the communities you're going to join. You can get a friend. From the children's schools or whatever. Just get some friends, and that will make your journey a lot more enjoyable. And I hope that you do. Let me know if you do get some, if you didn't have any. And if you do have plenty of friends, congratulations. I was very fortunate to have my crew of friends. And I spoke about this on the previous video, which I will put the link over there, when we were talking about how important it was and the roles that they played in the upbringing of my children and helping me keep my sanity. So absolutely do get some of those. And number 6 is stop worrying. Now, I know we have been taught to believe that parenting is worrying. Our parents have worried about us. They still do. That's me. But worrying doesn't do anything positive. It doesn't change anything. It is not going to make your life easier. Worrying is going to ruin your single parenting experience for you, and yet it can't benefit you in any way. When you worry, you are stressed, you don't sleep well, you won't eat well, you won't take care of yourself well, which means that you are operating in a deficit to your children, which means that you are no fun to be around for them, which means that you will become crippled, and worrying excessively can bring on depression and anxiety, which is going to make your parenting journey even more difficult than it needs to be. So quit worrying. They are things that we worry about, things that will never happen in most cases, or we worry about things that we can't do anything about. And if that is the case, then stop it. Why? Stop it. If you are going to worry about the things you can do something about, and then do it, and then stop. You get me? Yeah. Like, if you are worried about the fact that your kids are not sleeping properly, and what you are going to do about it is figure out a sleep routine that works for all of you so that you can all get some sleep, then yeah, worry about that. Then get the routine, then get your kids to sleep, and then stop, right? And I know I was really a little bit blasé about that, knowing how difficult it is for some people to get their kids to sleep, but it was just an example. Don't bite my head off. I'm just saying. So worrying about things that you can't do anything about is a waste of your headspace, and I would recommend that perhaps you don't do that for your own sanity and for your continued enjoyment of your children and your single parenting experience. Number 7, pay yourself. I don't know if anyone has told you this, but as a parent, single parent, yeah, we will have money. Oh, there will be times when we don't, I know, but we will have money because we're like everybody else. Sometimes you have money, sometimes you don't. And you get into this cycle whereby every time you go into a shop, so the first thing you look at is children's things. Every time you go into like every time you have plans like budgets, you start with the kids and the things that they need, and then the house and the things that they need, and there is nothing left because you are, unless you have been highly fortunate in your single parenting journey to be really financially stable, at the end of every month there's usually nothing left, and you're operating in a deficit. And what I'm saying about being able to pay yourself first is the fact that when you put a little bit of money aside, it doesn't have to be a lot. Just settle in your heart that not all the needs are going to be met, and that's okay. Right? You have things that you believe are important and urgent and whatnot. You have your needs, you have your wants, have your likes and your loves, and you are going to take care of the needs. And even then, not all the needs will be met, and that is okay. Just put a little bit of money aside, because it gives you such a peace of mind to know that no matter how little it is, right, you have it. Because there's nothing that raises your stress levels than knowing that it's empty everywhere. Especially if you are like me and you have like different accounts. Like in Uganda, I have like the mobile money. I have my bank account in the UK. I have my account here in Uganda. So all of these avenues, I have my piggy bank or whatever. And nothing stresses you more than knowing that no matter where you turn in all of those avenues, it's all empty. That is all empty. That your account is empty, this one is empty, your mobile money is empty, your piggy bank is empty. That stresses you out. It does. So put a little bit of money aside and pay yourself. Just say, this one is mine. You don't touch it. No matter what happens, it is yours. Just to get you through the month. If at the end of the month, for example, if you have some money coming in, and you are able to add to it, then that's great. If at the end of the month the needs are too many and you have something to take care of, you can use that money to do something and then replace it with the next with money that comes in. So you could decide a percentage like 10% or 5%. Sure, I will take 2% of all the money that comes into your life, that you put it aside and it's just for you. You're paying yourself for your peace of mind. That is a down payment for your stress levels to stay below par. And the good thing about it is that having a little bit of money tells you, I can solve a problem up to that point. Anything above that point, I can't worry about. That is not my problem. That can wait. The house won't burn down and the children won't die. The next and absolute last one, the eighth simple rule that I have found really helpful on my single parenting journey, is practicing gratitude and having faith. Like my faith is how I practice gratitude. So prayer. I sit down and I make a list of 9 things that I am truly grateful for. So I make it really quickly. And then I go through that list item by item on the list. And on that, I am able to really meditate on the things that happened, the situations that happened, and how they worked out, and what I learned, and what I am truly grateful about it for. And I go through item by item by item, and by the time I get to the last one, I am filled. My cup is full. My stress levels are down. I am more optimistic about the future. I am more grateful in realizing that I don't have to do everything on my own, that I have had support. Like when I'm when I'm grateful for my friends, for example, I do realize that those people are there and they support me and they show up. I am grateful for how a certain situation worked out, even though I was worried about it. So it teaches me next time to not worry so much and have a little faith, that things will work out, that my children will be okay, that I am doing okay as a parent. So that is the absolute thing that I have practiced over and over again, that I find really helpful and has helped me even when I was battling depression. It came in really handy. So those are all the things that I wanted to talk about regarding the 8 simple rules for successful single parenting. And I am hoping that you would share some of your rules with me, that you have tried, your tried and tested rules. Put it in the comments below, please. Subscribe, press the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. And I am hoping that you will be back here with me when I make my next video, and I will see you soon. Bye.